Hello Aries, this is Julie with Into Heartspace, and I'm here for the mid-September reading just to see for some added guidance for the rest of the month. We are in the middle of eclipse season, so we have already had one eclipse on September 1st, and we will be having another one on September 16th. So it's a good time to kind of reflect on that first eclipse and see what changes needed to be made or changes still need to be made. So that the transition can be easy for you, so the things that will be eclipsed out will not be such a huge surprise. Also, we're in the midst of Mercury retrograde, so Mercury is retrograde until September 22nd. Don't take it as an insult that Mercury is retrograde. It's just part of it. It's a time for you to really reflect and see some of the things that you are missing. It's a time when Mercury says, hey, slow down and check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did. And I meant it. So let's look at the energies for Aries. Mid-month September 2016. What added guidance do we need to give to Aries for September, the mid-month of September 2016? Okay. All right. So we've got one. And then underneath it all, we have the Knight of Cups. So I forgot to tell you what we have for your cards. The first one is the Five of Swords. Then we have Temperance, Seven of Discs, the Lovers, and then the Queen of Cups. All right, so the overview is the Five of Swords. So this often is a conflict, warring sides, being overly stubborn about situations until the other person basically gives up and walks away. So this could be since this is the kind of overview, this could be in a lot of different areas of your life that you're just feeling like you really need to push through and keep going at all costs in a way, even if that means maybe stepping on some toes or doing things that other people might not approve of. So over here we have love, and in love we have temperance, and this is actually a beautiful card to have in love. So it's asking you to really seek a balance in yourself and in the relationship, that there might be one side that is just a little bit off, like seeing as we have the Five of Swords as kind of the overview. I feel like you guys might be kind of having a back and forth conversation that you aren't agreeing on. And so it's saying, hey, take a step back and balance this out. And also maybe balance in yourself, seeing if this fight is worth having. And maybe you need to just give a little and, come to the middle ground with your partner. And it's also, I think that's the main thing in this card with Temperance, is what I'm feeling is find the comfort within yourself. I mean, Venus is in Libra, so that's really interesting that Temperance comes up. And so it's like finding the beauty in the balance, finding the joy in saying, okay, well, it's not 100% what I want, but it is close enough and you're worth it to me to give a little. So just make sure that you're not being too stubborn with your partner and hearing them out, and maybe just giving a little bit more than you would like. In work, we have Seven of Discs, so it looks like work, you are working really hard for the rest of the month. You're tolling over your work and kind of wondering if it's worth it, and if you should keep going on the path. And what's as I say that, I look over, and the bottom card that we had was the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups comes in to bring you a message. It can also be a younger energy, not too young, maybe like teenage, 20s kind of energy. So it could be you, that you just feel really youthful and you feel really like you have the energy to keep on going. And that's why you've been able to work so hard. But now you're starting to look back and think, well, do I really want to keep working this hard? Is this sustainable? And so the Knight of Cups is coming in with an emotional message for you. And since I don't really see any cards that are super duper negative, except for maybe just your mindset is a little gung ho, I think this message will, for the most part, be positive or have a positive ending. With our financial situation, we have the Lovers. So it's such a pretty card. Now with Lovers, most of us think of love and romantic relationship, and finding soulmate, soul level love. But in this position of financial, in the financial realm, it's really, once again, it's kind of mimicking Temperance and saying that you are coming to a decision. You are deciding and finding the balance within your finances. And that you have finally made the decision. And so that might be why we have the Five of Swords up here too, is that you have been struggling with what you are going to do financially, and it might have been kind of complicated for a bit of time, and now you have finally decided to take a certain path. And it was tough for you to decide that, and you might have had to cut out different things in your life, the extras, going to the movies. But if you keep this up and you just keep it, keep on the path that you have made for yourself, make a spreadsheet of your finances, of your budget, and keep on budget. I really feel like the Knight of Cups will also, come and give you a bounty of help. Then we have in home the Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups energy is really, really loving, ruling with a caring heart. She's the queen's, the people's queen. She really cares about everyone in her family and in her community, and in her rule. So having this in our home, this energy is surrounding you with home. And so I don't necessarily feel like it is you, but I feel like you, this could be a mother, this could be a sister, or it could be, and it doesn't have to be female, it could just be somebody who is very, very loving and caring in your home situation, and supporting you possibly through some of the difficulties that you're having with love, making the decision with your partner, whether or not you guys can see eye to eye, or just give a little, if you're on the right track with work. But with the Knight of Cups, I mean, you are still working, and it's still in a young age, it's still in a young phase. So don't give up quite yet. You have to keep going, and sometimes you do have to veer courses, but that doesn't mean the path is completely gone. Okay, so let us just look at the Mother Wisdom deck. So we're going to call on Mother Moon, especially during this eclipse time. Mother Moon, what guidance do you have for Aries for the rest of September of 2016? Mother Moon, during this eclipse season, we're right in the middle of it. What added guidance do you have for my lovely Aries? Let's see, this one. So we have Mother Meng, intention. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the book for this. really quickly. So just bear with me for 1 second while I find that beautiful card. So Mother Meng, intention. Each decision we make, each action we take is born out of an intention. And that was a quote by Sharon Salzberg. The card of intention, Mother Meng, signals a need to decide what matters most. Aha! Ta-da! See, right there? Meng, a revered Chinese matriarch, widowed and forced to rear her young son on her own, foresaw that her priorities were for her boy. Legend has it that she decided to begin his training in the womb, believing she could shape his character through her own impeccable behavior and thoughts. So I'm just going to stop there because I think that's really beautiful. There is this one other sentence I want to read to you. The Chinese character for intention is voice of the heart and mind, a voice that speaks out of the unity of thoughts and feelings. When we set an intention, whether for our mothering or our inner growth, we put out a powerful invitation for the universe to support our vision. All right, so this is really calling for you, and I think that's beautiful. This fits so perfectly in your reading, Aries. Is that even though you might have warring areas in your life, it's time for you to figure out what is truly most important to you. It's time for you to set your intention, place it in, especially during this eclipse time. I mean, this is just like the perfect time for it, because whatever you set in motion right now during September will carry through for at least 6 months to a year. And just think of all the growth that you can make within 6 months. I mean, just one small decision can make your path completely different in 6 months, in a year, in 10 years. So really look at what you're working on, look at who you're with, and make sure that this is the path you want to go through. And if it is, then stick to it. Stick and go forth, because the universe is on your side. I mean, that's exactly what Mother Meng said, is start early, continue on, and the universe will help you. All right, Aries, thank you. If you would like to find me, please go to my website, send me a message, and we can set up a time for a reading. Also, I would love it if you could subscribe or like the video, and you can find me on Facebook as well under Heartspace. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Much love, joy, and blessings.